What's up? This is vi3t coming to you on Sunday, February 24th. I'm planning to play in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Overdose Dueling Network Tournament number 4. So it's actually a tournament based on the new format where Sangan is banned, Wind-Up Carrier Zen Mighty is banned, and Wind-Up Magician is limited. One Day of Peace is now limited. Solemn Warning is also limited. Thunder King Ryo is semi-limited. Tsukiyomi is semi-limited. And Advanced Ritual Art is semi-limited. With 5 new cards being unlimited now. Blackwing Kalute, Lumina, Spore, Sheehan Smoke Signal, and Mind Crush. So the deck I'm playing today is actually Prophecies. So the unlimiting of Mind Crush actually does hurt this deck. However, the semi-limiting of Thunder King Ryo and the limiting of Solemn Warning actually puts this deck up at a more consistent notch in being able to deal with most of the back row that your opponent has, since the major one that prevents summons would be Solemn Warning. So why am I playing Prophecies during the new format? The reason I'm playing Prophecy is actually I've been playtesting this deck for the past 6-7 months when I bought it off of a friend. The whole deck with 3 priestesses before Masters were released, and it's actually a really fun deck, but also has a great potential to be a tier 1 deck in my opinion. Spellbook of Fate is an extremely versatile card in the deck that lets you get rid of problem cards or turn your own cards face down like Spellbook, Magician, or Prophecy to do extra searching through the deck. The deck cycles and recycles all of the cards, all of the spellbooks, which allows you to get monsters, power up your monsters, and put spellbooks into the graveyard for effects with the boss card, High Priestess of Prophecy. Justice of Prophecy actually searches for the boss card, and all in all, I feel like this is actually a very good competitive deck where the goal is to search for High Priestess of Prophecy and win with it. I play triple Fader to stop OTKs, and also because I play a limited number of hand traps. This right now is actually the sided version of my deck. Let me make sure I unside before I start the tournament today, and give you an idea of what to expect from my deck. So I'm playing a good number of the spellbooks to make sure that I draw into as many as possible, so that if I top with the priestess, I actually can do something, can special summon her right away. Okay, here's the fix. This is the deck that I'm actually playing, and the side deck below with the following extra deck. 2 Apprentice Magician, when it dies by battle, it actually searches out Spellbook, Magician, Prophecy face down, so I can, when it flips face up by an attack, I still get the effect. Triple Battle Fader as tribute fodder for High Priestess of Prophecy if needed, and also as tribute fodder for Reaper of Prophecy. Reaper of Prophecy, mainly the reason I'm playing Reaper of Prophecy is to have a 2600 tribute that searches for a spellbook in my deck and sets me up for potential OTKs. Spellbook, Magician of Prophecy is the deck's Stratos, and it's definitely a must-have at 3 copies. 1 copy of Justice of Prophecy. I prefer only 1 Justice of Prophecy because I'm only able to search my deck with Justice of Prophecy, and I don't have any field presence. Plus, it doesn't work with the tower because it doesn't go to graveyard, so it doesn't allow me to return a spellbook from my grave to draw an extra card. That's why I only play 1, because my build is more concentrated on getting the spellbook tower play out. Next, I have 2 Temperance of Prophecy to search out High Priestess from the deck. The goal of the deck is to win by getting High Priestess out and keeping her on the field all the time with Spellbook of Life and Spellbook of Wisdom. Plus, getting extra pluses with Spellbook of Power. Her banishing ability allows you to use Spellbook of Eternity to recycle the spellbooks from your graveyard into your banish zone, back into your hand, and then back into the deck again with the Spellbook Tower. That's the ultimate goal of the deck. The best thing to have starting turn 1 to basically have my setup is 1 Spellbook of Power, 1 Spellbook of Master, 1 Spellbook of Eternity, and a Spellbook of Fate. Spellbook of Secrets and Spellbook of Master helps me search out for Tower and or, depending on what I need, Power, Wisdom, or if I feel like I'm pretty safe, Spellbook Starhall. And starting out with the High Priestess of Prophecy would be the best play, is to summon her first. Dualities are in there to make sure that I can get my setup as soon as possible. And the ultimate goal is to have the setup with the spells and then summon High Priestess of Prophecy. Now the side deck. Chaos Sorcerer is searchable in the deck, and it's an answer to actually a lot of monster problems, so that's why it's in there. And most of my monsters are dark or light. The Veilers, it's a spellcaster and it stops effects. You know, that's more than enough said. On top of that, it also opens up my plays for the level 8s with the High Priestess of Prophecy if I want to recycle or to use High Priestess of Prophecy's effect again with Monster Reborn or Spellbook of Life. And the 2D fissures, Dimensional Fissure actually doesn't hurt the deck. Basically, it just slows down the Spellbook of Life plays, but it hurts a lot of the major main decks right now, which is Waters, and one of this deck's weakness can be Dark Worlds. Bottomless Trap Holes to stop my opponent's monsters. This is especially good against Fire Fist. Compulsory Evacuation Device against all those Xyz monsters. The Solemn power plays. Soul Drain. This deck does pretty well against water, but this clinches the match for the Spellbook deck. And Trap Stun, just in case I run into a lot of trap heavy decks or OTK, well, not OTK, but a lot of draw decks such as Exodia or other trap heavy decks. And then in this extra deck we have Tyrus. This deck has the possibility of going into a level 5, not often, but is there just in case I do, especially if I Monster Reborn an opponent's monster. Shining Elf is a rank 2 spellcaster, so it also decreases a monster that my opponent or normal summons or special summons, decreases his attack by 500. So it's kind of there just in case I get double Spellbook Magician of Prophecy and I want to have something a little bit more powerful, especially against Thunder King Raya, just in case my setup is going a little bit slowly or I'm not getting the High Priestess of Prophecy fast enough. Big Eye is just an awesome rank 7 Xyz that wins games, and that's why it's going for $73, or the lowest is $72 on a TCG player right now. My Stroke is a common generic rank 4 Xyz that just keeps you in the game. Leviair can special summon back a Justice of Prophecy for me to use this effect again. Hierophant of Prophecy blows up back rows if I'm pushing for game. Gaia Dragon is if I end up making a rank 5 or rank 6. Usually I won't make the rank 6. Gachi, Daigusto Phoenix, just for those extra Spellbook Magician of Prophecies. And then the rank 8s to work with Veiler, Army Arm, and Catastor to work with Veiler and any of my monsters. The extra deck's actually mixing a rank 6, although I don't usually make a rank 6, so I thought about putting a second Reaper of Prophecy, but getting my hands clogged up and not being able to, not really finding a good use for its special summoning effect, I find going into a Reaper of Prophecy and then special summoning one from the deck just to go into a rank 6 Xyz isn't a good enough play right now for the deck. It has a much better power plays, and it's better actually just to special summon that extra rank 6, extra level 6 monster and play Spellbook of Power on it and just go for the OTK. But I don't even play it only because it clogs up the hand too much. So this deck is much more concentrated on High Priestess of Prophecy than it is on getting Reaper's special summon effect. So that's the deck that I'm playing today for the tournament, and I'll be recording and posting up all of the videos from my duels. So wish me good luck, and I'll also include the link to the next tournament and also to the group for this tournament. This tournament is hosted by Chris Perovic from YGOverdose.com, so YGOverdose.com gives you access to the Facebook group. Thanks for listening. This is Andrew. This is vi3t with Prophecies.